Hello October Panic Attack YouTube community, this is Dante and the season is 2013, and as you know it is the Halloween season here, and this is a magical time, and I'm so happy to be able to share this time with you. As you can see, the camera is a little bit different than typical because we're having some minor technical problems, but hopefully this works out because you're seeing more of my torso now, I guess, like this. Anyway folks, welcome so much to this video, and thank you so much for watching, and happy Halloween. Today I really want to tell you about an attraction by the name of Frightland in Middletown, Delaware. And Frightland has been around for about 18 years, and in that 18 years they right now have about 140 plus actors, and they have 8 attractions. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 attractions here. And this is a place that is pretty wild in their atmosphere. They have actual carnival rides here. They have carnival food. It's almost like a mini boardwalk in terms of the carnival aspect of this. And they even have a little shop of horrors, which is their kind of their shop that they have there. This particular place is just really wild. I mean, when you first find it, you're going to have to go off the road here, and you're going to think that you're making a wrong turn, and you have to make a U-turn, but you're in the middle of the median if you're coming in a particular direction. Just look for the crashed airplane, which is pretty freaky, and you'll find the big Frightland sign there as well. This place is one of the few places that you have to pay for parking. It's a $5 parking fee, so please take that into account as you budget your money and your funds. That money goes to a leukemia foundation that was, I believe, started by the owner of Frightland, and his daughter was diagnosed with leukemia when she was younger, and when he started Frightland, he was basically funding this leukemia foundation utilizing this haunted attraction, Frightland. Frightland is the most improved haunt I have ever seen. Okay, I'm going to say that. The last time we were here was a few years ago. This place improved on such a profound level I cannot even tell you. I mean, they were good before, but this is unbelievable. The improvements, the changes that they made, they improved so much. I would say the most improved haunt I have seen so far in the 2013 season, or maybe in general. Frightland runs off of a thematic storyline. I would say like all 8 attractions are part of a thematic story. It's one of the most thematic storylines I've seen in a haunted attraction, you know, ever this far. So far, I haven't seen something like this. I mean, all 8 attractions run into a storyline. This is one of the best deals I've ever seen. We went on a Sunday night. It was 25 bucks to do all 8 attractions and unlimited rides on the carnival rides. $25? Are you serious? Alright, all of that, okay, with the $5 parking fee, 30 bucks. That's an amazing deal. Now, with that said, this place gets vicious lines. So you want to make sure you go on a Sunday night. You want to make sure you go on a Thursday night. I think they're open on some Thursday nights. And if you are brave enough to go on a Friday or Saturday night, make sure that you get there at least an hour before the doors open. Yeah, take off school, take off work, make it a vacation day if you have to. Get there on a Thursday, get there on a Sunday, or make sure that you get there 1 hour before they open on a Friday or Saturday night. But then because there's so many attractions, you're still eventually going to run into lines on those very busy nights. So my suggestion to you is that you get there on kind of an off night. Okay, a Sunday night, a Thursday night. And on Sunday nights, I believe, at least the Sunday night we did was 25 bucks. And the ticket prices include, you know, that included the carnival rides. I mean, so you can't beat that. So this is a heavy line place, so definitely make sure that you are aware of that. Okay, now we're going to get into the 8 attractions here, folks. Now, as I'm doing this video, this is the second time that I've done this video tonight because this is why we're doing a different camera here. The computer seemed to have crashed, so I'm very sorry about the weird angle that you're getting here or whatever. But I'm also just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this over again. But Frightland, I'm doing this for you, and I'm doing this for you guys out there also who are watching. So let's go through the 8 attractions here. There are 8 attractions at Frightland. attraction, and we did them in a particular order, and the order that I'm speaking the attractions in is the order that my wife and I did them in, and you have to you can do them in this order. Some people might choose to do the haunted hayride first because the hayride tends to get the longest lines. What I would recommend is that the order that I'm speaking to you right now is the order that you would want to do if you get there 1 hour, if you get there right away as soon as they open, because by the time you do the indoor attractions, it'll be dark enough to do the hayride, if you catch my drift, okay? Let's start off with the first one, the attic. The attic has a wildwood, down the shore type of vibe. I remember these attractions that were run by gypsies. It has that vibe to me. The attic is a never-ending pitch black party of disorientation, tight situations, maze-like corridors, screams, wild actors and props, uses of light versus darkness. You actually feel like you're getting lost, or that you could get lost, even though it's not really a maze, but it feels like a maze. This place, it feels so long too, and so disorienting. And when you first get there, you have to walk up these steps, and you're kind of waiting at the top of the steps for that front door to open, and the actor comes out. And Frightland has these actors that introduce each one of the attractions before you go in. And they all kind of clue you in on the ongoing storyline between all 8 attractions. And when you're on those steps and you look at that black door in front of you, I mean, you know that you are ready for something. And it always scares me, and it really reminds me of those Wildwood Boardwalk Shore haunts, because those were the haunted attractions that I remember growing up with, and they were run by gypsies, and they always had steps, like Dracula's castle in Wildwood that was burned down, and this really gives me that vibe. And I want to give a shout out to the 2 people who were big October Panic Attack video fans who went in with my wife and I. And that was a blast. We made a train and we were holding each other's shoulders. Of course, I was leading, and you realize now, if you're watching this video, 2 friends, that I'm a big fat baby. Yep. The end of the attic has an awesome variation of something you typically see in haunts, but it's an awesome variation of it. And I know, obviously, I'm not giving it away here. There's also something that you're used to seeing in haunts in the attic, and they do something different with it, with the overall vibe of the attic, that's going to make it so much more effective. Let's just say if you have a fear of tight spaces, the way that the attic does this will be all-encompassing. And the actual attic is a very old barn. This is a very old barn. It's an actual, seriously old, dilapidated looking barn. I mean, it looks like you don't even want to go into it. That's how old looking it is. And some ghost hunters went into it in the winter, supposedly, and they say there's a ghost of a young dead girl in there. I mean, whether or not you believe in spirits or whatever, still a cool story, and still a cool backstory to an attraction that you're about to go into. The attic was always one of my favorite attractions at Frightland. And it was just fabulous this year, and there were changes in it from a few years back. The attic, I mean, what can I say? Never-ending pitch black party of disorientation and tight spaces. It's awesome. Dark versus light. Which leads us up to the second attraction. Of course, really probably the most deep into the storyline of Frightland, Adaiah Manor. Adaiah Manor. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. This place is really heavy deep into the storyline, and there isn't the actress in front of this place. Frightland really doesn't touch you, but the actress in front of this place was touching my wife in a way that was creeping her out so badly that she got chills through her body, as she told me. Adaiah Manor, if you look out into the front of Adaiah Manor, you will see a burn mark in the front right, and that was from, there was a vicious fire at Frightland some years ago, kind of in the center of Frightland, and the heat from the fire actually kind of burned some blackness into the front of Adaiah Manor, and They never changed it, and it really adds a lot to it. Adaiah Manor, I mean, you look at the front of it with that black burn mark, and it is a classic haunted house vibe. They have fabulous line control at this place. Some of the best line control I've seen, where they split you up into sections with ropes. And they really make sure, Frightland really seems to make sure that they only want certain numbers of people in each one of these 8 attractions, which of course we love. It enhances your experience. You love it too. Thank you, Frightland. There is stuff happening in every corner of Adaiah Manor. Actors are scary and scary looking. There is an amazing storyline. There are amazing sets. The best use of digital screens I've ever seen. Original props. Totally creepy haunted house sets. It's like you're in some messed up mansion in the middle of the night. Unique, scary soundtrack, like their music. Lots of actors everywhere with great timing. It's long, it's theatrical, it's spooky, it's creepy, it's a real haunted house. And it's scarier than it ever was to us before in previous years. That is Adaiah Manor. It is wild. Do you like what you heard there, folks? That's Adaiah Manor. Let's go on to the 3rd attraction. The Haunted Barn. The Haunted Barn. There's an outdoor wooded lead up to this place. And since the past couple of years, they added like a kind of like a cemetery that you walk through. That's so cool. When we did commercials for Frightland in August, my wife did photography for them, and we took a lot of photos on their cemetery. You can see some of those photos on our Facebook page. And you walk through there, and you walk through a wooded area to get to the barn that's filled with actors. And the actors that, and they're aggressive, they're weird, they're crazy, and it's kind of part of the attraction right there. And the actors that kind of present you to the haunted barn are, they stare at you, they laugh at you, they're weird, and it really, they kind of mess with you. They mess with the line before you go into the barn. And the haunted barn is a never-ending underground cave, dark vibe. Very aggressive actors. It's physical, it's tight. There's some insane props and effects. Some of the best digital screens we've seen again. And I don't want to give it away, but I've never seen some things that they've done with the ceiling and walls before. You know, this is a demented, evil cave funhouse. And it's long, and you go outside and inside and outside and inside. You know, the haunted barn is so stinking improved from the last time we were there a few years back. It's not even funny. That's how improved it is. Which leads us to the next attraction, the zombie prison. A few years back, we did the prison. We did it numerous times. They completely changed the prison. It's completely revamped. And Frightland, we thank you for that. It's totally different than a few years ago. A total revamp. This is a frightening, dark, high-intensity place filled with insane, aggressive actors, cages, hallways, tight corners, sparks, and noise. And it's dark. It's like literally a zombie prison from hell. This place was fierce. And if you have a problem with dark places that have creative surprises using light, then you're going to have a heck of a time in here, folks. I want to give a shout out to the actor who led us into the zombie prison. This actor was superb. His script was superb. The delivery of his script was superb. And he was, you know, kind of the climax of his delivery. You know who you are, actor. You were awesome. And even when you leave the prison, the actors follow you out there and continue the process. So do not think you are done when you leave this prison. Which leads us to the Horror Hayride. And the Horror Hayride is one of the longest hayrides out there, folks, and it's filled to the brim with stuff. I've never seen so much fog in a hayride before. Tons of fog. There's even a full-fledged drive-in screen at this place. An insane carnival with weird clowns. Shout out to one of the clowns by the name of Mike. You're nuts. Aggressive sliding actors. Yeah, they slide. That's all I'm going to say. They slide a lot. The steps, in the middle of the hayride, everything. There's fog, reptiles. You have seats on this hayride that are actually benches with very little hay. But it shows you kind of what the actors are going to be doing, which is a lot of sliding. It was really, really scary type stuff. There's a music, there's soundtrack on this, there's sound effects on this hayride. You are in the middle of nowhere on this hayride, where you can kind of look away and you can kind of see maybe glimpses of the carnival attractions that where you first came into Frightland, and it seems like you are miles and miles away into the middle of nowhere. These actors are very physical. They attack the entire hayride no matter where you are. There are tons of different themes on this hayride. Lots of closed off type situations on the hayride. One of the best gothic scenes I've ever seen on a hayride, with a prop that I've never seen before. Very original props. An awesome carnival entrance. So original, this entrance to the carnival. And even a fun moment with country folk. And this hayride is long, and it's filled with tons of different things, from gothic to country to carnival, and a very, very impressive carnival amusement section that is very unique. And this will drop you right off into Ravenwood Cemetery. And this is a total change from their Haunted Woods walk from years ago. And no fear, folks, Frightland is all about making sure that there aren't too many people going into an attraction at a time. They will divvy you up. Great, great crowd control. Thank you, Frightland. When you get to Ravenwood Cemetery, you will have a priest actor who leads you, kind of does his scripted talk to give you the storyline, once again linking Frightland's 8 attractions. And he was spectacular, and he was creepy and weird, and led you into the darkness of this wooded cemetery with the dead rising from coffins everywhere. Scary actors no matter where you were in your line of your group. Spooky cemetery walk vibe here at Ravenwood Cemetery, folks. A nice length, very dark, very spooky, and like I said again, the dead will rise and scare you from all sections of your line, of your group. And this will lead you directly into the attraction by the name of Fear. Now, there's no name for this attraction, and this is the only attraction that doesn't have an actor giving an intro to it. But because I did research on their website ahead of time, I kind of figured out this was Fear. Okay, and this is completely a new attraction. I think they added this in 2012, I think. And this place really took us off guard because we've been outside for so long that now we go into another indoor haunt. And, you know, this is a place of phobias, of fears. And it's high intensity. There are crazy actors no matter where you are. I mean, dark corners, insects, screams, clowns, tight, darkness, twists, turns, insane actors, great length. This is Fear. And, you know, I really got to tell you, this is a place, one of the most successful places I've seen that deals with phobias. And it had us screaming from the get-go. And once again, shocked. You know, I would say you're going to get shocked. You're going to get... It's just a wild, wild place. And Fear is a place that, and all the attractions I'm going to say, if you're somebody who fears tight spaces, Frightland will scare you. They love tight spaces in Frightland. And this is going to lead you directly into Zombie Town. And there's an awesome intro actor here as well. This is a long attraction. Some of the most tormenting actors out of all of Frightland we experienced here. Cool sets, but mostly in the dark. Totally original atmosphere of a ghost town Wild West. Some of the loudest sounds you will hear here. Very in-your-face, aggressive, tormenting actors at Zombie Town. A nice mix of indoor and outdoor. It feels like old-time West gone to hell with zombies. The biggest change that we noticed in Zombie Town from previous years were the actors. They were totally insane and they followed you around. They boxed you in, wouldn't let you go, screamed in your face constantly, laughed at you. They crawled. They chased you. They ran after you. This is Zombie Town. And this is the conclusion of the 8 attractions at Frightland. You know, Frightland is one of the best deals around, especially on that Sunday night. The most improved I've ever seen. I'm so excited about this place. You know, every attraction had quality, fun, was really scary, creepy, and a classic haunted house type vibe. Frightland, you excited us. You scared us. We had such an amazing night tonight. And if you go to their little shop of horrors, you can find some of their new logos they have on their shirts. And please feel free, folks, to go to Frightland as part of your Halloween season. If you like what you heard, then go. Frightland, thank you for your attention to your improvements this year, your amazing actors this year, and just thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys were awesome. Frightland, Middletown, Delaware, Frightland.com. Folks, check out the commercials we've done for Frightland, and they're all on the YouTube site. And also check out the pictures, the photographs we've done for them. They're on our Facebook site. Frightland, thank you. And viewers, happy Halloween 2013. Whatever you do this year, suck every second out of it. This is Halloween magic. This is October. It's time to live it and have a blast.